What is going on, YouTube? Today I'm working on this sweet orange 2018 Camaro. The plan with this one is to make it for the track, so I'm going to focus on adding weight, working on the wheels and axles to make it as fast as I possibly can. I picked this car up a while ago, thinking it had the right wheels to be pretty fast on the track, and as you can tell from the wheel spin, it's pretty much a dud. So I shelved it, didn't think much of it, just thought it was a pretty cool looking car that was about as slow as you can possibly get. Then I started working on this Bandit Trans Am and thought, man, it would be cool if Hot Wheels made a modern version of the Trans Am. And then I remembered watching a show about Trans Am Worldwide where they make modern Trans Ams. And I thought, you know what? Why wait for Hot Wheels to do it when I can just do it myself? So that's the plan. We're going to make a modern Trans Am, or attempt to anyway. I figure this can go one of two ways. It could be totally sweet, or it can be a disaster. But we'll find out. And it is dumping down rain outside, so I apologize if you pick up some of the noise from the rain. First things first, we drill out the posts and take the car completely apart. I saved you the pain and agony of watching me drill out the posts. If that's something you guys like seeing, let me know, and I can add it to future videos. The base and wheels and axles look to be in good shape, but as you saw earlier from the wheel spin, a wheel swap may be in order. But I'm going to attempt to get these rolling well before I try a wheel swap, but we'll see what happens. After the car is totally disassembled, it's time to use the citrus strip paint stripper and get off all the paint. And we let that sit for a while and let it do its job. And when it starts looking about like this is probably a good time to start removing the paint. And as you'll see from here, it didn't quite get everything off. I had to go back over it with a little pick and get the seams and whatnot. I just don't think I give it quite enough time to sink in all the way and remove all the paint. But no big deal. Little pieces, not too hard to deal with. I wasn't really sure what paint scheme I was going to use on this. I didn't want just an all-black car, and this obviously isn't a T-top. I don't trust my skills to make it a T-top, so I couldn't go with the, original Trans Am paint job. But I came up with this, and I was actually pretty happy with the way it turned out. And this is all just a pretty basic paint job. All the black is just Rust-Oleum primer. The gold is the Tester's Gold paint. And I used Tester's Clear Coat to go over it, and it turned out really well. That black primer shines up pretty well when you put a clear coat over it. So I am very pleased with it. There were a couple areas where the tape didn't quite cover the areas I wanted it to, and the paint bled a little bit. But I actually had some apple barrel gloss black paint that I thinned out quite a bit and just put on with the brush to clean it up a little bit, and it worked out fantastic. And now for probably my least favorite part, the water slide decal. If you watch the Bandit build, you'll know what a hard time I had getting this decal on there, but this one, it went right on, right where I wanted it to on the first try. I got incredibly lucky. I was so surprised by it that I didn't even have the camera filming when I put it on there, because I didn't expect it to go on this easy. It still has the white outline, which annoys me to no end, but I do have a fix for that. So to get rid of the white outline on the decal, I just went over it with the apple barrel gloss black paint, being very careful not to get it all over the decal, and it was thinned out quite a bit, and it actually turned out really well. I was really happy with the way it turned out. And I got a little creative and was able to put another decal on the back bumper. All I used to put the decals on was water, but I have some micro set and some micro sol on the way, which should make putting these decals on a heck of a lot easier. Once the decals were on, I went over it again with the Tester's clear coat to seal everything in. And as usual, I find if you go with a little heavier coat with this Tester's clear, at least from the aerosol can, it dries very smooth. For the base, I painted it Tester's Gold and used Gorilla Glue to secure the wheels in place. These wheels are off of a solid muscle. They're the same type of wheels that were on it originally, and they fit pretty dang good. I have no idea how this is all gonna look when it's all together. Let's get these screws in and see how it turned out. Wow, look at that. This turned out a heck of a lot better than I thought it would. I'm very pleased with the way it turned out, and I think painting that base is the key, and it kind of brought it all together. Looks don't account for much if you can't get down the track, so I spent a lot of time working on these wheels and axles, and it rolls a heck of a lot better than it did before. Probably in large part because they're not the same wheels and axles from before, but they turned out pretty well too. I didn't show you the weight I added. I can't reveal all my secrets, but a big shout out to TX Chemist. If you don't know who they are, go check them out. Google them, TX Chemist, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We started out at 34.1 grams, and now we are at 129.1. Almost 100 grams increased. Almost. So there we are, all put together and ready to roll down the track. I can't say she's a true Firebird, so we'll call her the Screamin' Chicken Camaro. I think that's a pretty fitting name. Hopefully she'll scream down the track. And speaking of the track, if you were to head over to 3D Bot Maker and check out his King of the Mountain, custom cars only, you might see a few familiar faces hanging out in the parking lot, waiting for their chance at Race Mountain Speedway. That's right, coming for you, Mock Daddy. Anyway, I had a really good time making this car. It was a fun little project, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It turned out probably better than I thought it would. And I would encourage any of you, if you're kind of sitting on the fence about maybe doing your own customs or kind of getting into this hobby, I'd say go for it. This is so far out of my wheelhouse. I'm not artistic or creative in any stretch of the imagination, and I just kind of went for it, and I've been having a really good time with it, and that's what it's all about. It's just having fun, and instead of going out and searching and scrounging for a treasure hunt or buying one off of eBay for 3 times what it's worth, make your own. This is a one-of-a-kind car right now, and it's something you can put your name on, and it's just fun. And get out there, get creative, and just have a good time with it, because that's what it's all about. And then when you do make your own custom cars, I definitely want to see them. So shoot me a photograph at Nero62@yahoo.com, and I'd love to check them out. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.